Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube platform of Security 546, and I guess you all have been told about this in your particular groups. So first of all, I congratulate all of you who have been successfully registered and entitled in the 6 month or 7 month long course. You are going to get a lot of benefits obviously from the course, as you have been instructed and guided in your particular groups again. Okay, so as we are proceeding in our course, you know that today we are going to start with this networking part, and this will be a very interesting part because all of the knowledge circulates around this part. Okay, you'll be having some basic terminology out there. You need to have a look at all of the points. So let's proceed in the tutorial. Okay, in the basic of networking, we'll be first heading towards the number systems. Why we are dealing with number systems? Because they are so much of importance. They gain so much of importance as we move ahead in the course. You will be having some different types of number rather than that you use in your daily life. I repeat once again, this is a very basic course starting from the least possible step we have taken. Okay, and you will be heading towards some more difficult level courses as the time proceeds, but this is the most basic for this time. And there are certain number systems that we are going to study. First one is the base 10 that we use in our normal life, or what we call the decimal system. What we do is we represent a number using 10 scale. That means in terms of 0 1 2 3 blah 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 to 9. I mean, if we want to represent any number, we will represent with a combination of these 10 digits, so it's called a base 10. But computer doesn't work on that. A general typical PC doesn't work on a base 10 number system. What it uses is the base 2 number system, and it is called the binary system. The binary system, what we do in a binary system, we represent any number using two digits. Yeah, that's true. We just use only 0 and 1. So a computer understands only the language of 0 and 1s. Whatever command we operate on a machine, in a workstation or in a node, you will get to know what they are in this part of tutorial. Whatever command we give to a system, and that's converted into the binary first, and then it can be understood by the system. Okay, then comes the third type, that's the base 8. Base 8 refers to the 0 to 7 combination of digits, and we represent numbers in this combination. It's used by programmers a lot, I must say that. Why they generate specific keys with that, we don't need to go that deep in this tutorial. This is all about number systems. And then comes the base 16. What our concern is the base 2 for this tutorial. We'll be just having this base 2 in our tutorial for use, but you let us know all the types of number systems for our purpose. And then comes the base 16. Okay, it's also called the hexadecimal. It uses a combination of 0 to 9 that are the basic of the base 10 here, and then it uses the characters from the alphabet, A B C D E F. How it represents the number, it can represent 0 to 9, 19, 20, or just like that, or you can just combine all of those and 1A, 1B, 1C, then again AB, AC. That can be the numbers you get out of the base 16. Okay, what does even a network mean now? What does a network mean? I must say that anything or any number of systems, any number of workstations interconnected form a network. Anything that's interconnected. I am connected to you via YouTube, and we form a network. You are connected to your tutors via our groups, so you also form a network. So network is something interconnected. Okay, our main purpose for studying networks is now basically what is a computer network. A computer network is basically an interconnected collection of autonomous computers that can share and exchange information. That's what the definition says. Now what you have to do with the definition is just you can notice the word interconnected. I have highlighted it because this word gains so much of importance. You will understand why in the next portion. Interconnected makes them really in a sense of a network. and a number of media, guided or unguided, can be used to set up a network, a computer network. We can even use our local Wi-Fi or something like that, with anything that can connect us to another computer is basically the media used in the computer network. We will be also dealing with this in the next sessions, so don't worry about that. Okay, after the computer network, we have the major reasons why we need to have a computer network. They're obvious. We just need to have some resources shared out there, and the reliability that the computer networks provide is good. Also, the cost is reduced, and we have a fast communication. I think these four reasons are very good reasons that we should have a computer networking out there. Now, there are some terminologies associated with the computer networking. We'll be dealing with them. The first one is the nodes or workstations. Well, a node refers to computers that are attached to a network. Any network, it can be internet, intranet. You will be dealing with network types in the next session, not in this session really. But anything attached to a network is a node. Anything working on a network, specific network, is a node. And the server is the big computer or big machine that facilitates all the hardware and software resources that are to be shared for the nodes. Okay, the server is like the parent who serves its children here at the nodes. And then comes the network interface unit, or what you call as the MAC address. You must have heard about it. A network interface unit is an interpreter that helps establish communication between the server and the workstations. Well, this thing is must if you need to set up a network from a computer or a workstation or a server. If you need to connect them to a network, you just need this MAC ID or MAC address is a must have for any machine that's to be put on a network. The first 3 bytes, actually MAC address is of this format, as you can see on the screen. It is of 6 bit, 1 bit equal to 10, and here B5 is another bit, 03 is another bit. I'm sorry, I said bit, it's bytes. Bit is a single and bytes is the plural. It's of 6 bytes. Okay, and then you can see the first 3 bytes of the MAC ID are provided by the manufacturer. You just need to study this very deep, because this will help you in the coming course to identify any machine over the network. So if you purchase a number of systems from a certified company or certain company, you would have the first 3 digits of your MAC ID as same. Why same? Because they recognize your manufacturer, and the next 3 are then they are provided by the manufacturer itself. So these 3 will vary, and these 3 are responsible for the recognition of your system. The first 3 are provided by the IEEE standards, and they are compulsory and fixed for every manufacturer, be it any big brand or be it any small brand. They just have their own 3 pair of digits that identify them by in the MAC ID. Now, what even is an IP address? Basically, internet works on 2 protocols, TCP or IP, the transmission control protocol, or internet protocol. It means how your data is sent in the form of packets. You will be dealing with it later. And IPv4, there are 2 types of IP address, IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 uses the decimal system, and IPv6 can rarely use any combination available out there. IPv4 is generally of 4 bytes, and IPv6 is of 8 bytes, as you can see from the example. We will be dealing in our next sessions how to determine our IP address externally and internally from our system. Then comes the domain name. Domain name is something that you have all encountered in your day-to-day life. Different websites on the internet have their unique IP address. That's a must-have, but it becomes a hectic thing for us to remember those IP address. Suppose we want to just browse Google, we need its IP address to just browse Google. Who's gonna remember the IP address that's in the form of hexadecimal or decimal system? If you want to browse Google, you type in google.com. Imagine if we had to type in 192.168.3.0. That would become a hectic job. So for that purposes, we require a domain name. This is just a name allocated to the specific IP address to recognize it. A domain name generally contains the following parts. That's www stands for World Wide Web. That means that the IP address is hosted over the web, and the name describing the website purpose. That's just Google, Facebook. You got lots of websites there. Then comes the domain, top level domain. That there are different types of .com, .net, organization, education, and commercial purposes, military purposes, educational purposes, and blah blah blah. Then is the DNR. This is a very important process, as this will help you a lot, and a lot when you move ahead in the course. DNR, or domain name resolution, refers to the process of obtaining corresponding IP address from a domain name. This process is, I think, the most important process that's occurring in the background when you browse a website from your workstation, because the internet recognizes an IP address. It doesn't know what the domain name is. It has nothing to do with that. Then the domain name is converted into the IP address behind the curtains. Just what are the steps? You enter the domain name in an application, say a browser. Yeah, the application where the domain name has been typed now issues a command to the operating system. It asks the operating system whether you have the log file maintained where every domain name and the corresponding IP address is stored. The operating system tries to resolve the domain name as per its configuration. Operating systems are generally inbuilt configured with a certain set of domain names and their corresponding IP addresses. But if the website's IP address isn't recognized by the operating system, then the browser refers to the host file that's to obtain the corresponding IP address. Where is the host file? That's hosted by most of the DNS server, domain name server. There's a particular server which stores all the domain names. That's on a high security level. You can't go and breach that security, but that are stored on a particular server, and then the browser approaches it. After getting the particular IP address, the domain name is converted into the IP address, and the website is depicted before you. Okay, then comes the next part, types of networks. You must have heard about this, but let's discuss these. Okay, these are just on the basis of geographical spread. There are 4 types that are the LAN, MAN, WAN, and PAN. Okay, this LAN stands for local area, metropolitan area, wide area, and personal area. You can just understand by the nomenclature what they will depict. Okay, the local area network is a small group of workstations interconnected actually to share information, as I have told in earlier slides. And then comes the metropolitan area network. It generally spans a longer area as compared. And then the WAN, wide area network, spans over a lot more and greater area. It generally covers a campus or greater than that, a camp or an organization that's spread over acres of land, and hence it's all greater than local area and metropolitan area. And then comes the PAN, that's very personal to a person, and in the PAN generally communication is established because of Bluetooth or Wi-Fi bandwidth. That's it we had in this video for you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please maintain the log file for these tutorials that will be proceeding next to this video, and be sure to be updated in your classroom about what's going on day-to-day basis. And that's we had in this video. Thanks.